Hey guys, Lisa Winston here with
Dr. Joe Vitale, and we're barging into your day.
Tag Friends.
Because what?
Hold on, Tag Friends. Hold on, you guys. This is in real time. Do you want to tag Joe Vitale in this video? That's what they do afterwards. All right, I just tagged you.
How does it come up?
There, Lisa Winston tagged you. Oh, the beauty of Facebook.
I'm looking to see.
Hey, Swami, what's up? Joy, joy, joy.
I guess we're
Did
there.
you get it? We're there. There we are.
We're looking at ourselves.
You're
as
doing
we
your
look at
Ben
ourselves.
Franklin thing again. We're doing the same thing we did last time.
Ben Franklin
Well,
was a genius.
you know, it's authentic. Right?
And you know what? Ben
What?
Franklin was not afraid of public speaking.
Yes. I'm not getting fresh with Dr. Joe. We're sitting close together and we can't get our faces on here.
But
so.
I'm getting fresh.
Are you getting fresh?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to get my face on here because I want to be seen too, Joe. Oh, gosh. All right, sorry.
Everybody wants to see you over me anyway.
No,
so
they don't.
Get your
Now,
face
scooch
in there.
here. Okay. No, come this way. Okay.
How do you spell the word scooch anyway? What is scooch?
S-K-O, I don't know. I have no
Scooch.
idea. Scooch.
Scooch. It sounds
Hey, I don't, Scooch might be his there. Sue Hammer, hey, Billy Grace, hey. All right, what is, go ahead, talk and I will adjust.
Yeah, this is a talk show where you have two stars, so they fight to find out which one gets to speak first.
Are you a star?
No,
I
I'm
thought
not a
I
star.
was the star.
I've got stars in my eyes, but I'm not a star.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what
All right.
we wanted to talk about is the number one fear that people have is not the fear of death, not the fear of a car accident. It's the fear of public speaking.
Yeah.
The fear. Now, imagine that. That's the number one fear for virtually everybody, over death, over everything else you can imagine. And the irony is, everybody assumes that the people on stage, what are you?
I can't get it right. I'm sorry.
Is this
You're taking
your
up
first
more
time?
stuff.
Yeah, this is called Facebook Live, by the way.
You know what?
Yes,
I'm gonna
this is the internet.
Okay,
I
go
know
ahead.
you're new here, to planet Earth. So the number one fear is speaking. And what people assume is that the people that are on stage, the singers, the musicians, the magicians, the public speakers, all of those folks, the actors and everybody else, are extroverts. And they're naturally comfortable doing that. And there's that word scooch again.
Well, you
That's
keep moving
bothering
away
me.
from me.
Why don't
I'm
you
not
just
trying to
say-
get fresh with you. Just move towards me so we
Do
can
you know
see.
that you're talking
Scooch.
right into my ear?
Am
Which
I? Move this way.
I'm not going to be able to hear out of that ear now. So, you mean move closer when you say
It's like a
scooch?
comedy act, you guys. Sorry, I can't. Yeah. Closer, scooch.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I have no idea where I was. No, we were talking about the people that you see on stage and you think they're naturally extroverts. So Lisa and I were talking earlier, and I'm a public speaker. She was a singer for 40 some years. And what's amazing is that we are both introverts.
Yeah, we were talking about that, which is so strange.
Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah.
see us on Facebook Live and you see us joking around and everything, and so you're assuming that, oh, we're extroverts all the time. I prefer to be alone. I prefer to be in a library. I am a person I'm a book nerd, really. And growing up, I was so shy, so insecure that people never heard me speak. I mean, there are people that decades later that I met on Facebook that knew me back in those days said they never heard me say a word. Yet today I can say things on stage while still being an introvert by preference. So I can turn it on and I'm gladly ready to turn it off. And you're about the same, right?
Well, yeah, we were talking about my experiences as a band leader because I was telling Joe that it was so interesting because, you know, people used to bash me for being an introvert. They'd be like, what's wrong with you? You know, why don't you like to be around people? And I enjoy people. I just don't want to be around big groups of people all the time. I feel tired. It takes a lot out of me. But when I was on stage, you know, I was an MC coordinator, singer, etc., band leader, and I would show up. I mean, I was bright, shiny, and everybody would get, you know, I'd come off the stage and they go, oh my God, you're like such an extrovert. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not. I'm not anywhere near an extrovert. And I wouldn't want to go out and like mingle with people at tables because of that. So, but I was still able, like Joe said, we were talking about, because what we really, I guess our point here is that I think there are a lot of people out there that are terrified. Speaking is something that terrifies people. I shared with you on the last video and with Joe that I couldn't even get up and speak at the microphones at my masterminds with my coach, and I had been singing for 40 years, and that was just to ask a question. So this stuff is was really holding all of you back that have a mission to impact the world in a greater way. But you don't have to be an extrovert. If you're an introvert and you're saying, well, I might as well just give this up because I'm not going to show up and shine, that's not true. I show up and shine, you show up and shine, but we're very private people. We don't like being in big, large groups of people. And so we wanted to really share that with you. And you want to talk a little bit more about the event too, because we really want people that are like that think that they can't be on stage, to come to this event so that we can actually help you move through that.
Yeah, we're hosting an event called Own the Stage, and it's for the newbies.
Yeah.
If you are nervous about speaking, if that is one of your fears, here's an opportunity to safely learn how to get past that fear. And Lisa is one of the speakers. She's going to talk about her 40 years.
Nicole's here.
And
hey,
Nicole.
Hey, Nicole, we're going to get you on here one of these days when we figure out how to do that. Hey, girl, Nicole's going to be speaking with us as well.
Nicole is one of the speakers, one of the presenters.
Yes.
I am. Lisa is. And it's going to be a small, intimate gathering in Austin, Texas, October 27th, a Saturday, with some opportunity to work with us individually the next day.
Sunday. Yeah.
But the primary purpose is on Saturday, we're going to take turns walking you through some techniques and some processes, all easy, all safe, nothing intimidating. If you don't want to get on stage, you don't have to get on stage. Nobody's going to ask you to sing or dance or do anything silly or anything
Unless you
bold.
want to.
But if you want to do it, you get a chance to do it.
What does that say? Will you document this on your blog?
Will I document this? I have no
Is
idea.
that for you to document about the extroversion versus the introversion? Not sure about the question.
Please
Antoine.
translate into American, into
Yes.
English, so we understand what you're talking about.
I'll leave my glasses on in case somebody else
And
knows.
so here's what I really want people to understand.
Yeah.
At this point in my career, I'm in 15 some movies. A new movie's coming out in January, Becoming the Keys, I think, with Robin. Had put that together. And of course, I was in the movie The Secret. I've been on Larry King Live twice, so I've been in front of millions of people. The largest live event I ever spoke at had 19,000 some people. That was in Peru. I travel all over the world at this point. I've been to Russia. I've been to, Italy, Poland, Bermuda, so many places. I've even forgotten all the different places. Thailand recently. It goes on and on, all as a speaker. But what people don't realize is, again, I told you about growing up and being shy and introverted and insecure. But the very first talk I gave was in Houston, Texas. It was around 1985. My first book was 1984. Are you making funny pictures behind me? Or a little...
No, I'm out of the frame again.
You're
Maybe
out
I
of
should
the
just
frame?
stand behind you. I don't know. All right.
Stand behind me. Support me. Be here for me.
I am supporting
Be in my corner.
your corner.
Don't be in my
sorry, I
face.
keep
Be in my
interrupting
corner.
you. Sorry.
That's
Okay.
all right. Now I don't know what I was saying.
You're talking
again.
about Houston. You're in Houston.
Yeah, 1984. My first book was published.
Yeah.
And I realized that in order to sell that book, I had to get out there. I had to do some marketing. And one of the best ways to market anything is by becoming a speaker. So I reluctantly but boldly decided to teach a class on the subject of my book. I had 6 people in that class, only 6 people. And I was so terrified, I stood against the wall. There was a blackboard there. I stood against that wall shaking, my knees shaking, feeling like I was going to paint. I was going to paint the walls. Yeah, I was going to paint or faint or do something. And I was sweating. I was near faint. I did get through it. And as I learned certain techniques, tricks, processes, and of course, as I did more of it, it became easier and easier. I've actually been on the main stage for the National Speakers Association for one of their annual events in California, where I was a keynote for them. I went from 6 people terrified to standing in front of thousands of people. And so what I want to do as part of my contribution is give you the tools, the techniques, and the confidence for you to own the stage. And owning the stage can mean you want to stand in front of 10,000 people at some point, maybe, and be a speaker. Or maybe you're just making sales presentations in front of 5 or 6 people. Right. Whatever the case, you want to stand there with confidence, and you want to stand there and be able to persuade them and get your point across and feel good in that process. That's part of what I'm doing.
Yeah, I love
I
that.
have no idea what you're doing.
I have no idea.
Or why you're even there. Why are you coming anyway?
Wow.
I'm teasing her.
Wow.
The idea for this is actually...
That's it. That was a smack. That's what that was. Yeah. Go ahead. It was your idea.
It was my idea because I heard you talk about your 4 decades of experience on the stage. And I personally, really, I wanted to know, how did you learn to sing on stage? I mean, I'm a singer-songwriter too, so I know that terror and how to get past it. And I wanted to know, how did you do that for 40 years? How do you get in front of complete strangers? And as I understand it, because you've told me, you would walk around into the audience in some cases and sing to people.
Well, that was when I was in show bands, I had to do that. It wasn't comfortable, but I did it anyway.
She wasn't comfortable
I
and
had
she
to
did
sit on
it
guys'
anyway.
laps in the spiral staircase when I was doing show stuff. You know, this is back in my 20s, but still it was...
I can't get her to sit on my lap here at all. And she did it for complete strangers.
You're getting smacked
Would they
again.
give you $1 or what'd they do?
No, they didn't give me anything. They give a lot of grief. But I don't want to give away all the stuff that we're going to share at the event because I want to really share a lot of my experiences, you know, as a band leader and also just a performer. I wonder if I should share this one. Anyway.
It's there. Say it.
Yeah, it's
Go
there.
ahead.
I was with the Spiral Staircase, and we performed at Captain Bilbo's in Memphis, Tennessee, back when I was in my 20s. And I actually had a boyfriend at that time come to see me at the event. New boyfriend, guy, you know, really liked. And my dress fell down on stage, and I thought I may never, and not that I have boobs or anything, but you know, still, this is kind of a
Great
personal
story.
moment. Yeah,
Yes,
you know?
of course.
But I mean, I was mortified. And I thought I would
Wow.
never get back up on stage ever again
Wow.
because it was terror for me to get back up, and then my mind was swirling. What are people going to think about me? Oh my God, I look like an idiot. I have no breasts. If they were big, you know, I had like a million things going through my head. So the thing is that, and let me give away one more thing too. Even when I was doing big gigs for weddings and stuff like that, I would have days where I had migraines. I think I told you one time I had a 10-hour day and I had to set up. I had a migraine, I had an aura, and I still had to set up, you know, perform and all that. So what I had to do is all these things would happen. Life would happen, right? I couldn't like bag on a gig I had. I had contracts for gigs and I had to show up with whether I was sick or not, whether I was confident or not. I would do things like I would even go into the dressing room and I would just breathe and pray.
Wow.
You know, so I literally had to do things to constantly get myself on the stage. And you know, if I made a mistake or something happened, I'd have to really just forgive myself for the moment and keep going. You grow. The thing is you got to get up and do it the first couple of times. As you do it, it gets easier and easier. But I've talked to my dear friend Debbie Silber, who's done TEDx talks, and other people. You know, being authentic is really important, but just getting up and doing it. You know, and the you know, the longer you hold yourself back, you're not going to get, you know, you're not going to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish. So we really want you to come because this event's going to be, Joe and I are kind of in the process of figuring out what we want to do to make this event really unique for you guys. You know, we don't want you to come and sit for 6 or 7 or 8 hours on your butts and just listen to us, you know, yak at you. I mean, yes, we're going to share stories and stuff like that, but we want to make this really experiential because we know what you're feeling. We've felt it. We feel
Been
it
there.
now to this
Been
day.
there.
Even Joe, like, talk about your experience, you know, briefly when you did your musical performance at the Townsend last year. I mean, how was that for you as a musician coming out and doing that for the first time?
She didn't clear that question with me beforehand.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to answer it then.
No, I'm kidding.
I know.
You
Okay.
went
I'm
and
having
told a very personal story. I mean, her dress falling off. I mean, first of all, I congratulate you for being so open and authentic and sharing that with everybody. And second of all, is there any footage of that? I would like to see it and put it on YouTube.
Serious. That's it.
So the number one fear for everybody is speaking, public speaking. I'm a singer-songwriter. I have 15 albums out. 6 of them are singer-songwriter albums. But I never performed on stage as a singer-songwriter. I kept postponing it. I kept pushing it away because I was terrified. I've been on stage as a speaker, but to be on stage as a singer is a different animal. I mean, when you're on stage as a speaker, you can pause, you can take a breath, you can have a drink of water. But when you're with your band and you know this, the music is playing, you can't stop and say, wait a minute, I want a drink.
Right.
The song is going. And so I was terrified of that. I was very fortunate to meet a handful of people who really supported me, and my band, the Band of Legends, encouraged me to do this. But I spent 2 months preparing for my debut, for my night, the premiere, for me to do this at the Townsend in Austin. 2 months of me preparing. That's rehearsing, mentally doing everything, doing every clearing process I can think of, everything working on me so I could own the stage. The night of the Townsend, I was confident, I did it, and I got a standing ovation. And it's one of the highlights of my life that I got to do that. Thank you for asking.
And I remember
me.
the picture you showed me before you went on to do the performance where he was standing backstage.
Right.
And he was really in a contemplative state, you know,
Yes.
really just preparing himself to go out and do that. Because it really does, it's a mindset. It takes a lot of grit, takes a lot of commitment, takes a lot of, you know, just feeling the fear and getting through it anyway. You know, what came forward for me also is that I used to sing at like funerals and weddings and things like that. And I only felt safe when I had my 5 guys around me, you know, but when I'd have to go sing by myself in front of a bunch of people, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. Like my heart was beating out of my chest. So it's really interesting. It's like, you know, what creates that fear, that intense fear, because it's not even real. You're just standing up there, right? But it's all this stuff that's going on in your head.
Well, let's look at that for a second,
Yeah.
because I remember years ago, Johnny Carson, of course, was famous, and he had the Tonight Show, and he was always calm and confident as in appearance. He was a very athletic man. His pulse normally was 60 beats a minute. When he was announced to go on stage, it was 140.
Oh my God. That's
And this is a
crazy.
man who was famous for being on stage. He was an entertainer, he was a comedian, he was a magician. Everybody knew his name. He was the most watched talk show at the time. And the point is, it's natural to have that sense and surge of excitement. And here's a tip. This is one of those tips I would give at the
I know
event.
what you're going to say.
I don't know. I don't.
Go.
No, you don't.
No, yes,
no,
I do.
no,
Bet-
you
I
have
bet-
no
okay,
idea.
you want to bet?
Bet. How much? How much?
$5.
Oh, you have little confidence. Big spender here. $5. So how are we going to know if I tell them that you're not making it up and go, oh, I knew you were going to say that? Are you going to just tell me?
What I was going to say that I thought he might say, look, I'm blushing. Well, he might not say it. You're going to probably win $5.
I'm going to get $5.
Like you could do anything with $5, right? No, what I was going to say was that I thought you perhaps would say that we you know, take the excitement for anxiety or fear when it's actually excitement. It's not anxiety. It's not that. It's not. You can. Was that what are you laughing at?
It's
Yeah.
it's a variation of what I was going to say.
Well, okay.
I think I'm going to say it better.
Yeah.
I love
Does
working
that mean I
with
get
her.
to keep my $5?
This is a great sidekick here. Yeah, you get to keep your $5.
Good. I need
Okay.
one anyway.
Imagine this. 2 people walk up to a roller coaster. Okay, a roller coaster. One of them is shaking because she's terrified. She hasn't been on a roller coaster, and she's saying, when I go on this roller coaster, I may die. And who's knowing what's going on inside of her head, but she's thinking the worst case scenario.
Right.
So she's terrified. Her heart's racing.
Right.
Her palms are all wet. The person beside her is getting on the roller coaster. Also for the first time, she's excited. She can't wait. But her hands are wet. She's shaking. And the difference is both are feeling the adrenaline. One's calling it fear. The other's calling it excitement.
Yes.
And I've always remembered that. When I go to get on stage, I have that adrenaline rush. And I remind myself it's exciting to share my message to these people.
Right.
And that's what I really want people to know. By going to the Own the Stage event, what you do is give yourself the possibility to live your dreams, to make more sales if that's what you're into. But I don't want you to die going, boy, I wish I had been a singer, or I wish I had taken that chance, or I wish I had been on stage, or I wish I was more confident, or I wish I could handle social situations better, or I wish I could be whatever. Get the skills, which we're going to be giving between Lisa, myself, and Nicole at the Own the Stage event on October 27th.
That was well said. I am so proud of you.
I should get $5
That's
just
why
for saying
he
it so
gets
well.
to travel internationally, and I don't, because he speaks better than I do. Hey Brandon Burho, I love you. He and I went through leadership training. He's my soul brother. He said, big money, $5, big money.
big money.
Thanks, Brandon, for the support. Love you, buddy.
It counts.
Yeah, I know.
It does count.
Teresa Warren, I agree that excitement is hidden within the anxiety. Sometimes our message is bigger than our fears. Brandon, that's so perfect. I just went skydiving for the first time. And the feeling
That's
of
the
going
feeling
up.
right
Yeah,
there.
Brandon, I know. I wouldn't do that. It was amazing you did that. That's amazing, really. But love you both. Kelly Jean, love you too.
We have a big announcement.
Wait, okay. I guess I
She apparently isn't in on it.
I guess I don't need to expand on what he said about anxiety. Anyway, what's the announcement?
No, you don't need to expand on the anxiety because we're going to cover it at the event.
Right, exactly.
The announcement.
Oh,
I don't know if you know this or not, but Lisa Winston is coming out with an incredible book. This book she's been working on during some deep struggles in her own life, including the loss of her mother during the process of writing the book. And this book is powerful, inspiring, life-changing. I've been on the ground floor. I've seen this whole thing evolve. I've seen the book as
every day, really.
As she's been writing it, and I'm helping review it and so forth. She's going to have the book done in time for the people at the event to get a pre-publication copy. Yes. So whatever number of people are there, and again, we're keeping it fairly small because we want it intimate and safe. Yes. You will get a copy of that book free from her, and I'm pretty sure if you gave her $5, she'll sign the book as well.
Don't be a smarty pants. Yeah.
It's a $5
I'll
theme.
sign it for nothing.
This is our $5 show. Yeah, $5 entrance and $5 if you want out. So the book is called Your Turning Point, and the book is profound. I believe this book is going to be a New York Times bestseller. I believe it's going to be translated in different languages. I believe it's going to go around the world and awaken people. I also believe that
Harry Be Happy.
Harry Be Happy. Harry Be Happy is a dear friend, and
he's coming.
He is coming to the event.
Yeah.
He was one of the speakers at my advanced Ho'oponopono event.
Know.
And look, even though he's got speaking experience in his case,
he's coming to the event.
He's coming to the event there too. Yeah. But the big thing is you're going to give away, at least the last I heard, you're going to give away your book, Your Turning Point, at the event.
Yes,
that's a big deal.
We're not publishing it till after the event. So you guys will get the first copies, and there will be other goodies from Joe and Nicole as well.
I have a DVD called Hypnotic Speaking. Now, I have a kind of a hypnotic theme. My company is Hypnotic Marketing. I wrote Hypnotic Writing and Hypnotic Marketing and a bunch of other things with the word hypnotic in it. I don't know why she's leaving. I must have been something I said. I do have some gas, but I don't think that would have made her run off, maybe walk off. And so Hypnotic Speaking is a DVD. Please notice this DVD right here that I gave her is unopened, which means she's never watched it. I gave it to her.
Let's see, I just traveled 7,200 miles. I've been spending time moving. We're working on the book and the event.
Excuses are a dime a dozen. We all know it. So I will get, she's going to open it now to fake me out next time and say, oh yeah, I watched it. No, Hypnotic Speaking.
That's it. Now you're talking. Go ahead,
we'll give you a lot of tips on how to do speaking that is more engaging. In fact, one of my favorite stories that's on the DVD, and I'll probably tell it at the event, was some of the speaking tricks that Mark Twain used. Mark Twain was a fascinating speaker. And he had certain tricks that he used to help him on stage. So it's finally
By the way,
open.
he gave me about 400 books and DVDs, so I can't watch them all.
Yeah, she hasn't read the books either. Yeah, are you waiting for the Cliff Notes version of the books? She thinks because she's got the author hanging around, she doesn't need to read the books.
Do I?
Not really.
Thank you very much. But anyway, you're going to want to read it because you don't have the author hanging around all the time, right? We can always improve. Well done. Hi, Joe. Happy. Oh, he's laughing. Okay. Harry's laughing.
Harry's a happy guy.
He's a happy guy.
That's why he's called Harry Be Happy.
I love that.
And he's passing happiness around.
Right.
Do they have any questions?
Yeah. Do you guys have any questions about the event? Because again, I think what I'm getting is, there's some people complaining about money. The typical time, money, whatever, excuses going around. Love you guys, mean it. But the truth of the matter is that if it's important to you, and I know it's a scary thing. I've been to a lot of speaking groups and everything else, and I was afraid to even go to those. I didn't get up and do anything, but I went. Everybody has the intention to do something, but until you actually show up and do it, and again, we don't want to make this your run-of-the-mill, we're not going to force you to do anything. We're not going to force you to sit there. We're going to make it very authentic, very real, very genuine, fun, probably very heartfelt. You'll have opportunities to do things that you wouldn't have anywhere else. It is going to be in such a cool venue, you guys, that you are going to want to do it. I mean, I'm having dreams about it. Joe's having the same hits I am. You're going to want to come. So seating is limited. Make sure you get in. It's going to be a really cool event that you're really going to grow from. You two need to come to Australia. Okay, well, FlySim will be there.
Give us a couple tickets.
Give us a couple tickets.
Two tickets
we'll
and $5, and she'll go anywhere.
Yeah, 2 tickets to paradise, right?
2 tickets
Australia.
to paradise.
Yeah, we'll come. Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to give you another tip. It just occurred to me because you were talking about speaking and all this. A lot of people in business know that they should go to networking groups because it's a way to meet other people. When I lived in Houston, I found that didn't really work for me unless I did something. And what that something was instead of going to the groups as an attendee, I went to the groups as their speaker.
You told me that.
And that was,
so
again,
powerful.
for me, being insecure, didn't have the experience and everything was a big deal. But I found that if I can speak in front of one of those breakfast groups or lunch groups, like Rotary clubs and business groups and mastermind groups, if I can speak in front of one of them and I did fairly well, somebody in that group's going to invite me to their group. And that's what happened. And I was able to build my business and begin the beginning of an empire by doing those speaking engagements. So instead of going there, handing out business cards, taking business cards, which is what everybody does.
And nothing happens from it,
They're starving people,
Right,
just handing out cards to other
Right.
starving people. But if you are the person on stage, you are perceived as the authority, plus you can sell your DVD or your book or whatever you got in the back of the room, which is part of how I began my own career,
And that's
my
brilliant.
own business.
I love that.
And so this is another reason why you want to go to something like this. Get the confidence, get the tools and techniques that you can go out there and have the legs to go and stand in front of whatever group you want and then build from there.
Yeah, because I went to networking events and I was actually terrified. Just in a small group of people didn't want to get up and they'd say, "Do you want to talk about your business?" And I was like, "I'm not clear about my business. I don't know what to," went into that whole fear thing. And it's crazy. It is something that's big that you get through. And the other thing I want to share that I've been sharing online and in my emails is this guy right here. Okay, let me tell you something. This guy. I love your faces. Like, what you gonna say?
That's
What you
right.
gonna
I
say?
have
'Cause
no
last time
idea
I
where
did
this
it.
is going.
What I was gonna say was this guy gets paid really well to go all over the world to speak for an hour on stage, right? He's coming to Austin. He's going to be, don't tell me you're not going to be there like you did last time, because you are. I know you are. Okay, no. I mean, we're kidding around and everything, but he's going to be there the whole entire day. He's going to not just be a speaker, but he's going to actually participate. If you want to meet him, you can meet him. If you want to ask questions, you can. If you want to pay for coaching with him, private coaching the following Sunday, the following day, you can. He's making himself available. People want to get to him. They want to see him. Pay the $297, like it's not going to, break your bank account, and come and be at the event. You can hang out with Joe, you can hang out with me and Nicole. It's going to be a lot of fun. You've got so many seasoned people here that have done this stuff for a while, and we can really help you at least get to that next. Lori, I love the two of you together. Oh, thanks, Lori, girl. If we can at least get you to do something like Joe did, to go to a networking breakfast meeting or a lunch or whatever it is, and say, I really want to get up and I want to talk about my business, then you can at least do that, because that's how Joe said he really started, and then you just did more and more of those, and then you eventually
They kept
monetized
growing.
off of it, right? But you got up and you did it. Most people are afraid to do it and nothing ever happens. So if you don't take action, nothing's ever going to happen, and there's so many of you that are brilliant with brilliant messages, and you get to do this. Come and join us. Seriously, you guys.
Yeah, I don't want you to hide your light under a barrel.
Right.
I want you to go ahead and own whatever it is that you are to share.
Right.
There's a word that it's used in religion a lot, but it's a word that in fact, I'll tell you the story. When I went to record my very first singer-songwriter album, I brought in a drummer that's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He has the same name as mine.
Joe Vitale.
Joe Vitale. Great guy, wonderful guy, but I didn't know him beforehand. And I remember picking him up at the airport, liked him immediately. We had great rapport. And I was a nervous wreck because I was going to record my very first singer-songwriter album, which was called Strut. And I remember I had some coffee with him, and I told him my whole story. And I said, look, I need some advice. I know you've recorded with Joe Walsh and every rock and roll legend from the 1970s till now. And he heard me, and he said, well, I don't really know you and your music yet. He says, but the only thing I can tell you is go in there and testify.
I love that.
Testify. Is that a power? I got chills thinking of the
Yeah,
word testify.
yeah.
And I actually use that word when I go to present on stage because I think I'm here for a reason.
Right.
There's something I believe in, and these people paid to hear me. And I said, I want to testify my truth. I want to stand up and deliver what I'm passionately wanting to share. And I did it with my music. I actually wrote down the word testify on an index card and I put it on the music stand and I looked at it every time we did a track. And every time I got into the song, I released me. And that's what I want everybody to do. It may not be as a singer, it may not be in front of thousands of people, but you got some sort of message that you can get out in a bigger way if you can just talk to a few more people.
Yeah.
And it's a handful of people, it could be 1,000 people, whatever, but you got to begin somewhere.
Right.
We want to help you at the Own the Stage event, and I think the link is...
It's on there. It's www.bit.ly/Austin Speaks.
How do you know
Sign
all that?
up because I'm smart. Otherwise, you would be hanging out with me if I wasn't, right? Okay, that's right. Okay. Anyway, bit.ly, bit.ly/Austin Speaks.
I almost got it. That's pretty good.
You almost got it?
Bit.ly.
Yeah.
Sounds like the name of a puppy. Here, Bit.ly. Bit.ly, come here.
Bit.ly.
Bit.ly, go outside. Don't do that in the corner. Told you last time, Bit.ly.
Okay.
So-
Anyway.
Do they have any questions?
Do you guys have
Or has everybody left already?
Yeah, they left. No, yeah.
We're here all night.
Yeah, we're here all night. Where's a drummer when you need him? No, but I love when you talked about that because that also is, because when you're going up to speak, a lot of times we don't believe we have anything to say, you know, that we're not, nobody's going to value. This happened to me when I was writing the book, and I said to Joe several times, it's like, people have heard this before. Why am I different? Why am I unique? Well, I just am. And if I own it, even if you don't believe it, you can go up and you can own it. And the thing is once you're on stage, even for me when I was singing, once I got up there, even if I was afraid or I was nervous or I didn't know a song very well or I was afraid I was going to screw it up, once I started it and I committed to it, then it started to really flow. And that's when you own it, you know, that's what draws people in. Maybe that's where the hypnotic speaking comes in, you know, that your charisma, whatever it is that you have, your gifts, not just your story, but your charisma, your brilliance, right? You can not convince people, but just show up in a certain way and draw people into your story, and they'll love it. No, I'm here enjoying this. Take care, you too. Okay, thanks, Sue. And if you have any questions, pop in here while we're still here. I can't talk. Go ahead.
You can't talk, and we're going to do an event on talking. By October 27th, she will have learned how to talk.
You know, maybe I'll get a different celebrity speaker.
Don't mind me choke.
I'm kidding.
You know, I'm a fan of Dale Carnegie and his famous book, How to Win Friends and Influence. Is that it? Influence people?
Yeah.
And he did all that public speaking, but he always encouraged people just to be authentic and to tell what they were genuinely excited about. Right. So we're not encouraging you to go up, and I don't encourage people to do this in any situation, and try to sell something you really don't believe in. Right. What I want you to do is own whatever your story is and learn how to share your story. When you share your story from your heart, people they'll connect to your enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm is contagious, but you got to learn how to be authentic with it and to own it. So many people, even admittedly you with your book, you know, you weren't going to do it because you just thought, well, this is another self-help book.
Same old.
It's the stuff that's done before.
But when I committed to it, like you said, my passion started coming out, you know, and I started learning things, changing, shifting, growing, and now I'm doing an event with you. So it's like, once you jump in, and you really do commit to your story and you realize that your story has value, somebody out there needs to hear what you have to say, lots of people actually, then that brilliance comes through, that light comes through. I'm sorry I interrupted you again for the 40th time. Go ahead. Do you know what you're saying?
No, I have no idea what I was going to say, where I am, anything.
Sorry.
But I am curious if you have any questions about the number one fear, overcoming it, the Own the Stage, about Lisa, myself, or Nicole. I think Nicole is participating, so maybe she could answer.
I don't know. Nicole, are you still on here? I don't think she is. I wanted to bring her on camera, but it didn't say she was allowed. Didn't have that as an option for her, which is kind of weird. Let's see if there are any that we missed. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Come in here and ask now.
Or comments.
And
Or
love
good jokes.
Send me the books, Lisa Winston, Kelly G. McCrae. Okay, yeah, we're going to Australia. We're taking our show on the road.
All
Did you know
right,
that, Joe?
$5 and tickets to Australia. I
So-
appreciate all the love. I see. At
Yeah,
least I can see the
heart
love
bombs.
things coming
Is that
in
from
there.
Leah? I don't know. Leah girl, somebody's doing that. So anyway, I think again we're going to keep trying to share with you as this unfolds a little bit more about what we want to do, because we have a lot of really cool ideas for the event itself to really help you and to make you feel comfortable. And we want you to know again that we get it. I mean, even somebody like Joe, who's been doing this forever and ever in front of tens of thousands of people, had to start someplace. I mean, like he just shared a story. You know, he never used to speak at all. I've met Joe before, Sandra Kilmer. Okay, where'd you meet Joe? Because Joe meets a lot of people. Right? Where'd you meet Joe, Sandra? Just punch it in there.
Well, you're kind of nosy, aren't you? I mean,
Well, she said she's met you
do you know Sandra? Why are you picking on
Well,
Sandra?
kinda,
There's
yeah.
a bunch of other people that went by.
You know?
What is the Sandra thing?
Thailand.
Oh, I know
She met you in
Sandra. I know
He
Sandra.
knows you.
Hey, Sandra, how are you? I remember you
He
well.
doesn't remember everybody, and he
No,
remembers you. That's really cool. That's saying something.
I know Sandra because she asked the question while I was on stage, and she came to the meet and greet
Thank you.
afterwards to where she had paid, all that kind of stuff to meet the celebrity.
Sandra, he remembers
And
you.
Sandra gave me a gift, which I remember. Thank you, Sandra.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sandra, well done. All right. She said great. Harry, be happy. Hold on. What's this say? Kelly, jelly.
Are you hungry? You thinking about jelly? What?
I find the hardest thing to do is to start. Once I start, it seems
Yeah.
to flow. That's true. It really does. Harry. Oh, that's Harry. I find the hardest thing to do is to start. Once I do, it seems to flow. Mm-hmm. Kelly Jean, been a follower since The Secret. She's been following you around for lots of years.
Oh, she's a big supporter.
She's a Secret fan.
Yeah, I
I
see
saw
her
you in
name.
The Secret, and then
You
I
said
didn't
the
see
hell
you
with that
after
guy.
And then you came back around, so it's all
Right, it
good.
was a secret. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, I
That's
wanted
me,
to
yes.
point out because Harry
Yes.
Be Happy said the hardest thing was the start.
Yes.
If you've been watching all this time and you've been listening to our joking, our playing, but also some of the stories and some of the techniques we're talking about, and your hands are a little sweaty, it might mean that this is the event for you. Because if you're still watching, you're very curious about it, you're curious about being on stage, maybe you feel a little insecure, maybe you are feeling nervous about it. I think that is a good sign. Here's the other thing I've noted. When you sign up for an event, the event starts right then and there. When you sign up, it doesn't happen on October 27th. When you sign on the dotted line, you've made a commitment to yourself and to the universe, and you know it. And so processes start to happen. Maybe you'll be led to the right book. Maybe you'll start talking to people automatically, more openly, with more confidence. Things will happen when you say yes. And you know that.
And can I share that? That's really important because.
What do you mean, can you share?
Well,
just
no,
shared
but I
it.
want to share about that. Because if you guys think we're like, sometimes people are like, yeah, they've got it all going on. They already have the event. How we're doing the event, how we do everything is we get hits. We get intuitive hits about them. We go there. We don't always have everything lined up, but we say yes to it. We commit to it. The universe starts bringing in opportunities, ideas, and then we take action on those, and then it just develops from there. We don't just go, oh, it's not like something happened the other day, right? And I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm like, no, that's mindset. That's BS. And as soon as I made a commitment to that piece of the puzzle, the next day I got all these intuitive hits, and Joe got the same hits as I did.
That's right.
So again, make the commitment. Once you make the commitment, the universe will orchestrate opportunities, ways, ideas, all kinds of things to get you where you need to go, where you need to be, to get the money, whatever it is that you need. If you're supposed to be there, you'll get there.
And the other thing that happens when you go to a small event like this is that you make new friends.
Right.
And you end up with kind of an informal mastermind because you all have the same goals. You want to speak with more confidence. You want to own the stage in some way, shape, or form. And I find that's one of the most exciting things is that you meet people that might be flying in from Australia. Now you have friends from Australia. So there's lots of other perks that take place besides getting to hang out with cool people like Nicole, myself, and her. And if you're lucky, her dress may fall off during that or not that day.
What am I going to do with him? I have no idea what I'm going to do with him. Yeah, I don't know what to say after that.
What are they saying?
Yes to the Kelly Jean and your Awakened Millionaire Academy. Kelly Jean, yes to the present moment, miracle space. That's what it really is, you guys. And that's what my book is about. My book is about saying yes to what's hard, saying yes and moving forward, looking for the synchronistic steps, the next steps, and taking them. And that's what leads you down the road when you don't do anything. Like today, you're not going to do that, are you? Go ahead, do it.
I'm trying
do
to
it.
see.
Oh, he's putting on my pink glasses.
These are her glasses.
Those are my glasses. They look good on you.
No, they don't.
They look better on you than they look on me.
Can you live stream any of this
look like
event?
Betty Boop.
I don't know who that is. Betty.
you
Oh, yes,
live
I do
stream
know.
any
No, I
of
do
it?
not.
I don't think we're going to be live streaming the event. No.
Can you live? No, because this is an intimate, personal
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Well, and experiential. We want the people there to be safe, feel comfortable. It's a great question, but
Yeah.
not for this particular event.
Yeah, exactly. I had something I was going to say, and then I
You got
forgot it.
distracted by
When I
my
looked at those
glasses?
glasses. I'm like, hey, look, you look so cute. It brings out his feminine side,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
It's something
Makes your
Bitley would wear.
Dimples bigger or something. I
Makes
don't
my
Bitley.
dimples-
What's what Bitley would wear? Love the glasses. All right.
Oh, thank
I
you,
think you should keep them.
Pauline. All right.
They're better than your Ben Franklin glasses.
And I
just
can see
saying.
better.
See? You can.
I feel
Yeah,
like
they're-
Elton John, though. This is,
You do look like Elton John.
isn't that what he wears or
That's
something
what
like
you
that?
look like. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Mr. Magoo, where'd you go?
Anyway, see, we don't have any fun. You guys won't have any fun at the event. Sorry. We'll make you
Sounds
wear
like a
those glasses.
magical conversation.
Space. Yeah.
Cool.
It is. It really is. So we really appreciate also if you guys would share this out with people that you know that need to hear the message, because there are a lot of people that are hiding. I hid for years, and we want to kind of be the wind beneath your wings to help you move forward. There now it's a big, like, nobody's listening because you got the glasses on.
Is everybody distracted now?
No, not at all. Me too. I'm not distracted. I'm just sitting here going, okay. Do you want to switch? Here, you wear these, I'll wear these. Here. Okay.
I'm used to seeing
All right,
you
so we're
wearing
gonna
these.
switch. Hold
These
on.
are all heated up.
Well, I'm hot. What can I tell you? Hot stuff. I'm sweating. Air conditioning's up.
What? I think I look smarter. I think my IQ just went up. Yeah. Instead of being a 60 IQ, it's just hypnotic. Thank you, Harry. I have hypnotic glasses. I should have glasses that have those spinning dials on them and wear those. Might do that on October 27th. I might have these spiral glasses, and it might actually move. Or I'll move around enough to make them see that that you're moving.
Like I said, we're not going to have any fun at the event at all, right?
No fun at all.
Right, no fun at all. So sign up. Seating is limited. Cool venue. We'll be back in. We'll pop in with more stuff as more stuff happens and we get more ideas for you. But we're really trying to convey the idea that it's an incredible event. It's an incredible opportunity. He's going to be here for the whole day and the next morning. You know what? I'm going to... Seriously. LOL, from Elton to Magoo. So
Elton
love
John.
you. She loves you.
Oh,
Aw, who
she's a
doesn't,
great supporter.
Who doesn't
She's
love this face? Anyway, no, but seriously, it's a huge opportunity and it's very inexpensive and it will be well worth your time. As far as we know, if we can confirm everything, the venue will be downtown near everything, and so it'll be easy to get to. But it's a really cool venue. Not a hotel, guys. Not a hotel. Okay? All right. So you got anything else to say, or are we complete?
I just want to remind people, all kidding aside, this is an opportunity to get past at least a major fear. And also, this builds that confidence muscle to do other things. I have learned that once you start stepping out there, and whether it is signing up for this event or doing something else, as you move forward and do bigger and bigger things that keep growing, and your confidence to handle bigger and bigger things keeps growing. This ultimately is a small event. It's one day, a little bit the next day if you want to do it by choice. Small, intimate audience, so this is a very safe place for you to do it. 3 joyful, fun-loving people that are going to be taking turns, entertaining you. She'll juggle at times, and
No, and you'll be doing magic tricks.
I'm going to shoot
right?
an arrow at an apple on her head. She
He's
doesn't
going
know-
to miss.
I've never done it before, so I'm sure to miss. But don't you want to see it? Don't you want to be there to see me shoot an arrow at an apple
my head?
at her
Into my head?
Yeah, because I'm not going to hit it. There's no way. I haven't shot an arrow in 40 years.
Oh, God, you're
Right?
scaring me. I don't think I'm coming to the event, you guys.
So obviously anything can go. And we're going to have Nicole parachute in. She doesn't know that yet. But we decided that, since she's not here right now, we can decide what she's going to do. And she's going to parachute in just to show that she can overcome her fears too. She doesn't even know that she's afraid of skydiving, but she will be when we put a parachute. So, this is real, folks. Unrehearsed. This is what you can expect. I'm crying. And Bentley wants out.
We're still here.
No, we're not drinking. This is being high on life. We're having a great time. We want you to have a great time.
I'm so sorry, you're so sad.
I know. I'm bawling my eyes out.
Oh my gosh.
I'm bawling because I learned I'm going to be there all day. I didn't know that. I just found out. I have to be there all day now. I thought, geez, I'd come there after breakfast and leave. No, I'm going to be there all day. And obviously, we have fun. We want you to have fun. We want you to get past that fear.
We want you to break through.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. And there's so many coaches out there and so many programs, great stuff. But there are a lot of people that make it very heavy, very serious, very scary. And we are not that. We are not about any of that. It's your opportunity, again, to break through and have fun and be real and genuine and just come and hang out with us. And get your butts on stage where you belong, right?
Own the stage.
Own the stage.
The link is there somewhere in the description, I guess.
bit.ly/Austin Speaks. bit.ly/Austin Speaks.
That puppy,
Sign up.
Bitly. Bitly. He's a royal puppy, Bitly. Sir Bitly is what his name is. Sir Bitly. Yep, he needs fed. Please, buy me dinner or something. You've kept me forever. Let's go. Come on. Drop your dress. I mean, sit on my lap. Oh.
I think that we're done.
This is how life should be. This is not work, obviously. It's hilarious,
I'm
loose,
sweating. I'm
fun.
schwitzing. I'm schwitzing. All right. So I think they get it.
I hope they got it.
Love you guys.
We'll come see you again someday.
Yeah. Sharing this out, you guys. And we'll pop in here when we have some more information. Love you. Mean it.
We do.
And I think we need a break now. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Wait, let me make sure there's nothing crazy. Kids. Ha, 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 ha. LOL. Okay, no questions. All right, we'll see you guys. Harry, be happy.
Thanks,
I love
Harry.
you. Be happy. We love you too, Harry.
See you all October 27th
you
at
October
the
20th.
Bitly event.
In Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas.
All right, guys, love you. See you soon. Bye. Oh, Joe saying bye.
Bye.
Bye,
I'm
Joe.
saying bye. Oh, bye.